In this video, I'm going to go step by step on changing the rear brakes in the Chevy Colorado. Should be the same for a GMC Canyon and from years 2015 to 2022. I'll put links in the description box down below how you can get all the brakes and any of the tools I've used off Amazon, have it show up in your doorstep in just 1 to 2 days. If you've done a little bit of research before you're going to start your brake project, you'll probably see some torque specs are a little different than other brakes, like the caliper bracket bolts. It's going to be 74 foot-pounds plus 15 degrees. Now, if you have an angle finder on your torque wrench, you can do that pretty easily. Most people do not. So 74 foot-pounds plus 15 degrees, if you think of a clock face, 15 degrees would be about 3 minutes on a clock face. There's really no way to calculate 74 foot-pounds plus 15 degrees equals 95 foot-pounds. There's no real way to calculate that. I will tell you, however, that 15 degrees is going to equal about 10 to 20 more foot-pounds. Now GM does this, it basically kind of stretches the bolt. Now let's say that you're torquing a bolt to 74 foot-pounds, but the bolt is real dirty and rusty. It's not going to be as tight as one that's brand new. So they do recommend new bolts. Now if you live in a rusty situation where you're in northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, I highly recommend new bolts. If you're in the southern region and your bolts are nice and clean, you can probably just wire brush them off and reuse them. So let's go ahead and get started. Now before we jack the wheel up off the ground, I like to just go ahead and break all the lug nuts loose. You'll need a 22 millimeter socket. I'm not taking these all the way off, I'm just breaking them loose. That way I don't have to worry about the tire spinning once I got it jacked up. You'll notice there's a T30 screw holding your disc on. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. To remove the caliper from the caliper bracket. Remove the caliper from the caliper bracket. This should just lift right off. Just don't let this hang by the brake line. Set it up there like that so it's out of the way. Or you can put a bungee cord around it, just don't let it hang. Notice these two wires right here. You may or may not have those depending on your model. Just go ahead and use needle nose pliers and pull those straight out. Just give yourself a little bit of wiggle room and these brake pads will pop right off. Now we need to remove the caliper bracket. We have a bolt up here, bolt right here. Gonna need an 18 millimeter socket. Now depending on how rusty your parts are and where you live in the country, you may have to hammer the back side of this. You can just take a hammer in between here and here. You got kind of like the 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock position. Take a hammer and hit behind, and that will help knock your rotor free. It's a good time to clean up your parking brake. So you can spray some brake cleaner on here. Get this all cleaned up. These are the brakes I use. They're the only ones I've been using the last 10 years. They're Power Stop Evolution, and they're coated. They're coated with like an E-coat, and they don't rust. Depending on what your surface looks like, you can wire brush this. And then after wire brushing, I spray a little bit of like silicone spray on there, just as kind of a protectant. That way, whoever does these rotors next, the rotor shouldn't stick. Now, if your rotor fits on really tight, you may have to loosen up your parking brake a little bit. But if you're pushing kind of hard to put your rotor on, that means your parking brake is too tight. This one fit on perfect. Go ahead and tighten up that T30. Now we need to take off the old hardware and clean up the caliper bracket. Now we need to clean off our caliper pins because we're going to reuse these. And this is the only kind of brake lubricant I use anymore. It's ceramic, it's extreme. It really wicks moisture, and it's really high heat resistant and corrosion resistant. Now, depending how rough your surface is, you may want to wire brush these areas where we have to put on the new hardware. And when you're putting on the new hardware, push in up here at the top and then push in at the bottom. Don't try to push in at the bottom, then the top. Put this side here on first and then push this side in. And then just make sure it fits up nice and tight with no gaps. So if you were paying attention when you pulled your slide pins out, you'll notice one is just all silver and the other one is black on the end. The one that has the little black ring, that's going to go down here on that end. And then the just plain one is going to go up here. So if you look at my bracket, you'll see I have the threads on this side, which means this pin goes in here. So once you have your pins back in, they should slide nice and easy. Now at this point, I like to dry fit my brake pads. You just want to make sure that they fit in there nice and easy. Now some of these might be a little tight. I just ground a little bit off of this one so it slides in there nice and easy. Now that I know all the brake pads fit, we'll go ahead and remount the caliper bracket. You need to grease the brake hardware where the pad's going to slide. You can do that now or after it's mounted, it's up to you. Before you install your caliper bolts, make sure you put some blue Loctite on them. All right, we need to tighten those 18mm caliper bracket bolts to 74 foot-pounds plus 15 degrees, which is about 3 minutes on a clock face, or roughly 10 to 20 more foot-pounds. And same thing on the bottom. Now we can install our brake pads. Now if you'll notice, these pads have two kind of nubs right there in the center. Those are the ones that go on the outside. And then you'll see this one here has two nubs very outside. It also has a squealer on it. This one's going to go on the inside. And that's what they look like completely on. Now we need to put those little wires in. We need to squeeze in the caliper piston. So I just use an old brake pad and a C-clamp and just tighten it up until the piston goes all the way in. I put brake lubricant on the piston and on the side of the caliper. Now we need to tighten these to 25 foot-pounds. I'm going to spin these on with the electric ratchet. Now I'm just going to lower the vehicle down until the tire just starts to touch. Now we need to tighten up the lug nuts. Now this is my just own personal thing I do. I tighten them all to 100 foot-pounds first, and then I tighten them to 140. All the lug nuts are at 100 foot-pounds, and now I tighten them all up to 140. All right, same thing over here on the driver's side. I'm just going to break the lug nuts loose, and then I'll spin them off with the electric ratchet. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. Congratulations on doing this all on your own. You didn't have to take it to a dealership and spend a bunch of time and money. Hope you guys enjoyed this step-by-step video, and thanks for watching.